Shalom. I want to give all praise unto Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, brought to Yahweh Yahshua, Bashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostle elders, which apostle elders a great millstone to you for elect on the four corners of the planet Earth. Keep pushing, keep maintaining. Great things are taking place in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is coming to you, Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is a video that is from a channel named Third Phase of the Moon. I was trying to find the actual video that they're posted, but I couldn't find it, so I'll just rip it off here, and I'll just let the video speak for itself, because these chariots are starting to show themselves more vividly, more times, because it says it shall enter into the house of the thief. Okay, in which the house of the thief is the Edomites, because they stole the land from the Native Americans. They raped, robbed, and murdered. They're going through the planet Earth, taking resources. So the chariots are watching these things, all right? And the reason that they haven't done anything, because they're waiting on the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshua to come to pass, all right? The same thing that we are too, waiting for the prophecies and the things to take place, because they have their part in these last days, man. All right, that's why it says, look up, because your redemption draweth nigh. So we got to pay attention to these things that happen in the sky. We're not to be scared or freaked out, because these things are prophesied to come, man. All right, they're for our benefit. Okay, so let me play this video, and then I'm gonna go into the scriptures. And Abaratazar, this is edifying.
See, this week, I think everybody might be familiar with it, but we want to make sure that you have an opinion of what's going on. You see this bright object happening here. This was taken on a helicopter.
So this is from they're about to do a jump, a night jump for skydiving, and this is what happens. Well, this is what happens to pop through the clouds.
For a parachute jump. There's some people on a Cessna airplane, and they're just about to make a parachute jump, and they captured this while they're about to do the parachute jump, and they just can't believe what they're seeing. I know. Did you see this? Yeah, I like what I'm seeing here. I do believe that this is 100% authentic video. There's no CGI added. What we're seeing is real. Okay, so basically, what is it, though, is a big question. Let's back it up a little bit. What we're looking at here is an aerial view of parachuters about to do a nighttime jump, but this massive bright orb breaks through the clouds and goes in the direction of the Cessna itself. Anybody out there have any idea what this is? Here we go again. Watch this as it just breaks through the cloud barrier.
And you see how bright it is on this. Imagine the brightness of it up there. Because if you see the bottom of it, the clouds are blocking it from shining down. You see what I'm saying? You'll probably see it a little bit below the clouds. But that's shine down. I mean, the brightness of it is beautiful just looking at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So imagine it actually in person. You could probably hardly look at it.
And we don't know what this is. Hold on to that. Like, look, it starts to separate. Definitely, this is a major event. Almost looks like a nuclear bomb going off at the bottom of the clouds, and then something escaped out of it. You could hear that the people in this plane is shocked and in awe of what they're seeing right here. Yeah, I would say the pilot would be about, what would you say, about 15,000 feet? No more than 15 to 10,000 feet. And the cloud barrier is basically it's a low cloud barrier, and something just bursts right through it. And it heads into the direction of the Cessna itself. Appreciate you guys joining us. Thumbs up. You guys seen anything like this before? If you're joining us right now, we just went over 2 UFO videos. And welcome to Third Phase of the Moon. This is fantastic footage. Some people say that this was shot in Italy. Parachute jumpers. I beg to differ. I think this is somewhere in America, and we're getting misinformation on that.
And then, even if, because this is a live stream, you got somebody says, this is a watcher. It's Trump's fault, right? Dummies. Let me see. Never seen anything like that. And it says return. It says wake up. The return of they say Cesare. what they call Jesus. But that's showing you that people are starting to know that these sightings are just not little what do they say, Anunnaki and all that madness. Because to see an object like this move the way it's simple. It's not moving fast. It's not doing anything dramatic, but just the appearance of it and the having it around, you just know that there's something to this, man. You can barely look into it. You can barely see it even on the screen right here. It's a grainy footage, but imagine that in person, man.
Never seen anything like that. The cat fresh says that's what cat's in a supernova. Yeah, exactly. This thing is so bright. I've never seen anything just burst out the clouds and then head into the direction into something like this. The people are actually screaming aboard. They can't believe what they just shot. Let's back it up and watch this. One more time here, guys. Check it out. So we're inside the Cessna. There's a big bright flash. Illuminates the clouds, and then some massive orb just penetrates right through it. And there it is. Play it, move forward. Oh yeah, we're going frame by frame here because what is going on? Could it have been a missile test?
First of all, it can't be a missile test because there's no contrail, and it's moving slower than a missile.
Yep, that's a good call. Could this be a missile test? Some secret war going on right now with all the things going on. Definitely, they could be testing, and maybe these parachuters captured something that.
And then you got somebody says, "Pray, people." You see? Hey man, it's gonna be a troubling sight, man. It says ball lightning. That ain't no ball lightning, first of all. It says pray, people. That's incredible. Laugh out loud, it's a UFO, right? Or an angel. See that? Or an angel. Angel. So what do we already know what these are. For this sighting is not some kind of light thing, man. You know, because there's no coincidences when it comes to the truth, man. Okay, so for it to show, it didn't have to show itself. It can turn the lights off and be invisible. But there was a reason, because they knew that they were there. They had cameras on them. They're able to, because I've seen some footage where the chariots will shut off the camera that's filming it. It'll drain the battery of the camera that's filming it. You know, so that's, those, because I've been checking it out so long, just seeing different, videos, and a couple of them have that certain type of, what's it called? The same thing happened, that they'll pull out a camera and then all of a sudden the camera that's fully charged will just go dead. You know, so hey man, these things are powerful.
We want to share it right now on Third Phase News. We just got back from the volcano action. That's why we're broadcasting live. We just had to get it out. That's why you're watching this on their timeline on our Adobe Premiere. The fastest way to get this info was just go direct live. We didn't have time to render. We wanted to get it out to.
All right, let me go into these scriptures real quick. Prove through the scriptures sightings like this, because men in the ancient world didn't know what lights was. Okay, they didn't know what LED lights was, light bulbs, halogen lights, none of those things. They used flames. Okay, that's what light was in the ancient world. Actually there were some other little forms of lighting, but the main thing was of using fire. Okay, so let's go to 2 Kings 2 and 11. It's the 2 Kings 2 and verse 11. And it says, and it came to pass as they still went on and talked. Let me go up. Because this is with Elijah and Elisha. Okay? This is 2 Kings 2 and 10. And it says, and he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. Because Elisha asked for a double portion of Elijah's spirit. Okay, Elisha was Elijah's understudy. Okay, So Elijah was saying, look, if you see me go up and taken up, then you'll receive the what you've asked for. Okay? So that's showing you that spirits of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai can be passed on to certain men. That's what you have today. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai is passing through men to men. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and it shall come, and it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. What do we say today? Lights. Okay, because a chariot is fire, it's pure energy, because fire is known as energy. And it says, and the chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. There wasn't planes then, so what took him up? What took him up? You got to ask yourself, what took him up? So let's go into some of these words. And it says, and behold, a chariot of fire. Let's look what that word fire is. Ash. Of course, ash. And it says, fire, fire, flames, supernatural fire. Fire of cooking, roasting, altar fire, the Most High's anger. Okay, so the word ash is can also mean a supernatural fire. Just like you have in this video here, you have a light that's just brilliantly bright, man. There's not certain things on the planet Earth that can make something that bright that is hard to look at. All right, and it says, fire, a chariot of fire, horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And what does it say? How did it parted them both? Because Elijah was taken up and Elisha was stayed on the planet Earth. And it says, and went up. Okay, so what's that word up? Let's look what that word up means. That's why you go into these words, man, to try to get a greater understanding. The word is Allah. Allah. And it says to go up, ascend, climb, to go up, ascend, to meet, visit, follow, apart, withdraw, retreat, to go up, come up, to spring up, grow, shoot forth, grow up, go up over. So Elijah was taken up into the clouds, man. Okay, he was taken up into a chariot, a bright chariot at that. And it says, and fire and horses and fire parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind. Okay, so the word whirlwind is sha'ar, and it says tempest, storm, whirlwind. Let's look at the root word. Storm, raging storm, growing storm, to be enraged. Storm, that really doesn't go into much of anything else. So, yeah, that was that chariot that he was taken up in. This is Colossians 1 and verse 16. Now, this verse to show you that, look, everything that's in the earth, heaven, is created by Yahweh Shem Yahshai. So if this thing is real, okay, and I was just showing the footage because, I mean, it was very, good looking footage. It was hard to look to fake. It looked hard to fake because this scene right here, you see the light. It's hard to CGI something when you have something in the way, okay? Because it's hard to mask certain programs can't mask that way. So you can see the object behind the Cessna's wing. You can see it. If you ever seen a Cessna, this Google one. And you can clearly see the object is behind the Cessna's wing. It's not over it. It's not overshadowing it. It's perfect footage, man. Okay, and it says, so if it's real and it's there, it was created by Yahweh Shem Yahshai. So we know it has to have what it is in the scriptures. You got to filter it through the scriptures. And it says, for by him all things created that are in heaven and that are in the earth, visible and invisible. So there's things that you can see and there's things that you can't see. And they're still created. Things that you can't see, just like air. You can't see oxygen, but you know you're breathing it.